Good evening, guys. Good evening. My name is Cheryl Grabowski, and welcome to my live. Thank you for being here tonight. We have, I want to talk to you guys tonight and be very forthcoming because I've done a lot, about 4 lives leading up to this one that I'm going to do tonight. I've been talking about my church trauma and all of the different things that I experienced over a span of about from 16 to 20 years, going back to when I was about 18, almost 19 years old. Y'all come on in. Good evening, good evening. Welcome everyone who's coming into this live. I wish I would have took some time to tag some people. What's up, Pamela, Gwen, and Mary? How y'all doing this evening? So over a span of about 20 years. And so my church trauma was really deep, really strong. It was based on a lot of things that I saw, a lot of things that I felt, a lot of things that I realized wasn't right. I was so young when I went to church, when I first started going, right? And then of course I began years going. I got older and older, and now I have all those years, and now I'm 53, and I actually can look back over the chapters of my life and see the interactions and all the things that happened over that span of time and beyond. So tonight I want to go over, I'm going to show you guys, I told you guys that my ex-husband passed. I told you I have 4 children by him. The church he was funeralized over at Deliverance Cathedral of Love, Bishop Nesbitt's church, where I used to be a member there, where he and I, where we were married. We were married there at the church. Bishop Nesbitt married Lacey and I at that church back in 2000. It was either year 2000 or 1999. It might have been 1999, 1998. I don't know. But I'm about to go get my marriage license and my divorce. I need copies. And then I need to find out when when Sonia was married, because I believe that they married each other while he and I were still married. That's what I believe. I can't prove it, but that's what I believe, because I didn't divorce him until he came back here in 2012. So her children both are bastards, not mine. All right, so we want to get into this obituary. And so I don't know if I told y'all. Yes, I did. I told y'all. I said I had a lot to say, but I was going to refrain from speaking until after the funeral, because I knew intuitively what they were going to do. I knew that they were going to. She was going to. In my opinion, her mother was going to. And that church was going to act like my children did not exist. Because this was his second marriage, and because they are Pentecostals, and because I am so vocal when it comes to all of the shittiness that is involved in the Pentecostal denomination, but especially that particular church, because that's where my trauma occurred. Okay, that's the beginning of it. And so as I see it, all of this was done to spite me. Now, I've been forthcoming. My name is Cheryl Grabowski, by the way, and welcome to my page. I've been forthcoming when it came to my story of my life that I started on YouTube 7 years ago, and how I feel about church trauma, the ministry, the different engagements with the preachers and everything. But I want to take y'all back for a strong clarification, and we're going to talk about me and Lacey and the ministry and the church and all of those things. I think we're going to start off with what happened here. his life with this second marriage. Hey, Erica and Jennifer, y'all, if I don't speak to y'all, I see y'all, but I'm talking, so I want to stay, stay focused with the conversation on topic. So Lacey leaves me, and he knows Sonia. She sat across from us at the church, at Bishop Nesbitt's church. She sat on the far right. Lacey and I were on the far left. She watched. This is how I see it, y'all, in my opinion. She watched us. She watched me from afar. She wanted what I had. She wanted to be me, obviously. I'm 53 now, right? I'm not 20, 21, 22, 23. I'm grown. I'm intuitive. I'm smart. I'm intelligent. I've gone through all these things, and so now I can look back at the pages of time the way that I see, and this will be in a book format. So she looks at me across from on the side that she was, and she wants what I want. Obviously, she's attracted to Lacey because she pursued him. He did not pursue her. She pursued him. I just talked to her sister the other night, and she told me how she accessed him, how she went to his place of business she called his sister for a hair appointment to get her hair done. And he and I have been split up maybe about 4 months, but her mother told her about the split up. She gave her the heads up early because her mother was there when we went for marital counseling. So she's there. See, this is the thing. They walked my children like a dog yesterday. It's my turn. It's my turn. Yeah. It's my turn to walk it. I'm going to walk you like a dog today. You're going to be walked. I'm going to tell the story. Probably, I might even go as far as print up a new obituary with my children's real name on it. Because they printed my children's illegal. They made a false name. They made up false names of my kids to put in. And they're adults, but it doesn't matter. Because every adult want to be named their real name. But anyway. So she pursued the man of God, At that point, I've been with Lacey for 23 years at that point. And me and Lacey had our marriage. We had our difficulties. We had our breakup. It would be the first time that we broke up in our entire lives. Like, we were not the type of couple that broke up and got back together and broke up and got back together. That's not the kind of marriage that we had. We were together, thicker than thieves, indefinitely in those days. We were together. I just want to frame it for you guys so you can understand what happened in those days. So she, in her mental illness and low-lifedness, two things, in my opinion. Low-lifedness, no sense of morals and decency, none. She was a tongue-talking, shouting, praising God, going to church person all the time. Even her mother was a bishop. But she sat over there and she coveted a man that was in a marriage with a woman, which was me, and 4 children. And when she got a chance, she jumped on him like a thirsty, low-life, Pentecostal whore. At that particular time in my life, I had never slept with any man other than Lacey. He was my one and my only. But at that time, she had already been divorced, and her husband reached out to me. Her husband reached out to me back in those days to have a conversation with me about his marriage with her. He told me that he had permission from his bishop to divorce her expeditiously, to divorce her right away, that he had never seen such a vile, a mentally ill, and a crazy, and a demonic woman as that woman, as she cursed and attacked and beat him up. And he divorced her right away. See, Lacey had no idea that he was getting ready to be in prison by a Pentecostal whore. And he died very early because he wasn't even able to go anywhere without her permission. Now, this is the same person who's done this obituary, who's omitted my children's legal name out of the obituary, for fear of one day that Lacy would find his way back to me, his original wife. But she didn't have to worry about that, because I would never, in a million years, I wouldn't have never went back with him. I would have never had a rendezvous. I would have never, and I did not. I make that very clear. The reason why I'm doing this live tonight, because I want to shed light on the type of mental illness that is involved, the type of low morals and values that's involved in rigid and rough religion and people who run circles in cults, churches. So she came, she provided a place of refuge, calm, sex, warm body, gentle hands, a bed, a couch, a soft speech, legs open for the preacher man. She provided. Oh, she's the daughter of a bishop. Oh, she's been in church all her life. So many preachers she's heard. So many sermons she's listened to. So many scriptures she's read. So many times that she listened to the Hammond organ as the chords were played on the organ. So many Sunday school lessons. So many Wednesday night Bible studies. Over the years, she's been there. She even married a minister of music the first time, and he divorced her. This woman is the epitome of a Pentecostal whore. All the sermons, all the organ playing, everything that would have been poured into her as a young woman that's growing up in the Pentecostal church wouldn't be able to stop her from being a Pentecostal whore with a man who's separated for the first time with a woman that he's been through, broke up with me for 23 years. He was in emotional distress. He was having a mental breakdown. I remember very well. He had lost his mind. And she provided a bed of lust and sin for him. So someone, her husband, her ex-husband, he has a conversation with me. He says, I saw her with your husband, Cheryl. I saw them together in Cary. I think they're an item. I said, what? He said, yes. I said, are you sure? He said, yes, I'm sure. They're together. He said, what happened between y'all? I told him. And they skipped town. They went to Atlanta. I believe that on their way to Atlanta, they got married. They both are mentally ill then and were, and she still is, in my opinion. Because who else would take a preacher man with 4 children and skip town and stop in South Carolina and get married and then pretend that it's a legal marriage and just go on and live your life like it's right? Nobody but the Pentecostal. Nobody. Can y'all still hear me? But the Pentecostal. That's who does that. She did it. So I couldn't find him. All of a sudden, I didn't hear from him anymore. Him right here. I didn't hear from him anymore. My children were in distress because they've never lived a day of their lives without him. And our oldest son was 16. So for 16 years, Dad has been there the whole time. Even through our ups and downs and all of the different things that was happening in our lives, in my opinion, because a lot of his mental illnesses and some of mine, were happening. But that didn't mean that the Pentecostal whore had permission to take this man to Atlanta, down to her sister's house. Yeah. Two young ladies who grew up in church are supposed to be preachers' wives. I mean, supposed to be preachers' children. But anyway, it happens, right? It happens. Can y'all still hear me? Somebody type in the chat and let me know, can you hear me? Because I don't want to keep talking if you can't. Y'all tell me if you can still hear me. I need someone to type and let me know whether or not you can hear me, because I don't want to keep talking. It's 23 people here. Who in the world is watching me and not communicating? I'm going to wait until y'all. Okay, Belinda says yes. Thank you so much. And so I looked for him. I'm devastated. In spite of us breaking up. Do you understand? Because I don't know how many women are here to attest to the fact that when you break up with your husband and you've been with that man for 23 years, if you've broken up for 3, 4, or 5 months, then maybe you're not broken up at all, right? Because you might get back together because things happen. If this man can have a chance to think about what the hell he has done to me and the children. I didn't tell my husband that he couldn't come back just because. I needed him to change. I needed him to be there emotionally for me and my children, his children. But instead, here comes the Pentecostal whore. Here she comes, burning with a ferocious, hot, burning ass body. Wanting more than anything in her fantasy to lay up and fuck and suck that man, because she had sat in the church and watched him and fantasized in her crazy ass mind. You wouldn't have caught me dead horn with a preacher. There is no way. So she goes to Atlanta. They go to Atlanta. I sense by my intuition that he's not around anymore. And so I get on the phone and I call 3 people. I call his older sister, Sister Myatt. She lied to me about his whereabouts. I called her mother, Sandra's mother, and I asked her, and she lied about her daughter's whereabouts. And I called Bishop, and she did not lie. She let me answer my own question. She's smart. Smart lady. I believe she's highly narcissistic, maybe even a narcissist. I don't know, in my opinion. But she's smart. She wouldn't let it be known because she's the head of this whole thing. She wasn't going to be let it known through the pages of time that Cheryl called me, and then she go back and tell somebody I lied. So she was able to think in a 360 like I do. That's how I think. I'm not going to lie to her because I don't want this lie coming back to me. So I got it. He's in Atlanta now. He skipped town. Him and this Pentecostal whore has skipped town on me and my children. Not even me, because I'm grown, right? I could deal with it. I was sick and tired of being in a relationship with somebody who didn't love me and love my kids. And I knew that. She takes them down the road. They whore, they have kids. Then they come back. So I'm about to get married to my Caucasian husband now. I've been single. I've been in shitty relationships. I've been living. I've been learning. I've been growing. Me. raising my 4 kids with the help of my mother. He's in Atlanta. He's living in a fantasy with the Pentecostal whore. They believe that it's the will of God that they've done what they've done. And they do this, in my opinion, because they are brainwashed, they are indoctrinated, they are mentally ill, and they are in a cult. Both of them. And so was I. So he finally comes back. I'm going to marry my white husband. He comes back. I need you to divorce me. I need a divorce. I said, okay. Now, he's lived in Atlanta for about 8 or 9 years with no divorce. But he's down there as Pastor Lacey. And she's down there as Mrs. Lacey Jones. But she's an adulterer. And she's a whore. It's not true. They are living in a fantasy. It's not true at all. So he comes back, and they're living their life in Cary, North Carolina. I still have 4 children. They're grown now. He comes back. In all the years of them being back in North Carolina, my children, the 4, the adults, were not able to come to his home, to sit on his couch, or to sit around his kitchen table, because the Pentecostal whore didn't have any empathy or care or concern for my children at all, because they were my children. I hadn't done anything to the whore other than to have my life, which had nothing to do with her. The person that she got, him, was my doing. I made him. I shaped him. Yeah. I told with him. That's my work. Yeah. She hated my children because they were and are a reflection of the truth. Now, when it comes to church people in indoctrinated minds, they will take scriptures and flip and bounce reality. And let me show you how. So in her mind, and in his mind too, because his mind was in bad shape when he passed away. In his mind, they think now, what God has joined together, let no man put asunder. And my wife is bone of my bone and flesh of my flesh, and she comes before everyone. This is classic. This is what church people do, especially the ones that's in a cult, that don't have good mental health, and who are brainwashed and indoctrinated with mental illness and in a cult. This is what they do. They actually take and alienate the real bone of his bone and flesh of his flesh, which are the 4 children. And then put this Pentecostal whore in the place of the children. And then him, because of his mental illness, wasn't able to put her in her place. Because she told him that God told her that she is his angel and that she had been sent to rescue him from Cheryl and his children while burning in her lower parts, because the only thing that she ever wanted from him was a hard penis. So my daughter tells me, she said, Mama, when we went to Atlanta for 6 months down there, because they did go for 6 months, she said, we didn't know that she wasn't a real church lady. Because the only example of a church lady they had pretty much was me. You know what I mean? Because I'm their mother. And they've been raised with me from day to day. So they know I don't curse. They know that I don't hit Lacey. These are things they saw her do. She referred to him as black ass. She raised up her arm and hit him with her forearm and tell him to get in here and bring this dick in here because she's hot. She's been waiting all day. The Pentecostal whore. Oh my God. I've sit with this story for years. The Pentecostal. Thank you, Jesus. That one? Oh, you cursing? Tell the preacher to bring his dick in here. You're hot? And you say it in front of his children? They never heard their mama talk like that. They never heard their mama, seen their mama raise her hand at their dad. Never. Never. Bring your dick in here. I'm here. I'm hot. Bring your black ass and give me that dick, she said. Meanwhile, when you see her, oh, thank you, Jesus. Oh, hallelujah. Oh, thank you, God. Ah! Bring your black ass over here and bring me that dick. Yeah. Uh-huh. The Pentecostal whore. It's the cult energy. Where are the pimps? Where are the whores? Where are the vile? Where are the immoral? Where are the sexually oppressed? Come over here and bring me that dick. I can't do what I really want to do. I'm an indoctrinated Christian. I've been suppressing my sexuality my whole life. I'm sitting in church. I'm hot and horny. Come bring me that dick. I don't care if you got a wife. I don't give a damn about 4 children. I just want that dick. I can be your first lady too. Yeah. I can sing like Cheryl too. I can pray like Cheryl too. I can dress like Cheryl too. I can get my hair done like Cheryl too. But bring me that dick. I don't care. I don't have any fucking morals. What do you mean? What do you mean? I can play the role. But Cheryl wasn't playing a role. Cheryl loved Lacey. Lacey didn't love Cheryl. Lacey didn't have the capacity to love Cheryl. I wasn't playing a role. That was my motherfucking husband. You understand me? I wouldn't have dared threw my hand back and hit him upside his head. Ain't no telling how many times you beat him. Because she did something to him, I promise to God. Pentecostal whore and a fucking witch. Now, let's get into the obituary. Yeah. Oh, you was going to get walked like a dog now. Yeah. Because this is the thing. What my children experienced yesterday inside that church, because I just want to let y'all know, I got the message, but I got witnesses that'll let you know I knew what the fuck you guys were going to do from day one. You didn't catch me unaware. You didn't catch me unaware. I knew it. But this is the thing. This is the thing that baffles me. How you going to be mad with me? I'm not the whore that stole the preacher man, that had bastard children in Atlanta. That's not me. I married him at Deliverance Cathedral of Love, where you funeralized him the other fucking day. But you didn't. You married him in the courthouse in South Carolina, while you ran out of Raleigh as a Pentecostal whore. That's what you did. Oh, no, this ain't all right. No, we're going to straighten it out now. Because, see, this the thing. You had 8 days to get this shit straight. Only thing you had to do was do right by this paper. That's all you had to do. Do right by this funeral and do right by this paper. My children haven't done anything to y'all motherfuckers at Deliverance Cathedral of Love. Y'all must be out y'all monkey ass mind. You better be glad I didn't come to the church the other day. You're going to sit there and deny my children? Those people came out of his loins into my vagina, where they grew until I birthed them out into this world. They are bone of his fucking bones and flesh of his flesh, not you. Your children are, but you're not. Because the only thing you wanted was the dick. That's it. Let's get into this obituary. Jesus. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Let's see. What are the children's names at? Y'all, welcome to my live. My name is Cheryl Grabowski. I'm a truth teller. A lot of times people don't know nothing about that. They don't like the truth. But you know what? It's 2024. Hey, Shelly. Yeah. Those are the children. All right, here we go. Pastor Jones leaves to cherish his memories. His wife, Sandra Jones, with which they have 2 children. A daughter, his daughter's name, I'm not going to call her name, and the son, not going to call his name, of the home. From a previous union. It wasn't a union. A union is like, you could have a union with anybody. It wasn't a union. It was a legal, binding marriage contract. Yeah, that's what it was. It wasn't a union. His sons, Travoy Jones. Well, Cheryl, what's Travoy's first name? What's your oldest son's first name, Cheryl? Well, his name is Lacey Jones. But he's in the obituary as Travoy Jones? Yeah. Well, Cheryl, why do you think that? Oh, she omitted the Lacey. That old fucking nice nasty. Oh, Cheryl, I hate you, bitch. Well, guess what? You big hand, wide back, square bob, Pentecostal, wide-eyed whore. The second son, Dottie Jones. Lacey, Dottie, in exclamation points. Like, I mean, in parentheses. Dottie Jones. I don't even understand why that was done like that. And Joseph Jones. No, listen, okay, just for clarification. That's why I love social media. Because instead of having obituary, I have a digital platform, which will last longer than this. Okay. So in here, on this, in here, in this section right here, it should have said Lacey Trevay Jones. Travoy Jones. Lacey Diamante. Because I don't know who the fuck is Dottie Jones. Then it should have said Lacey Joseph Jones. And then it should have said Ashley. Her name is Ashley. Monet is her middle name. But you've been with Lacey for 20 years. And you didn't know that he had 3 sons and all of their names, first names are Lacey. Do you go back and rewrite my fucking history? Is that what you tried to do? You can't do that. There'll be books with Lacey's name in it, ma'am. There'll be books. Yeah. So you played with me with this obituary, right? You and the cult. Y'all mad. Y'all mad about what I say about cults and Pentecostals. So you took it out on my children. That's what you did. That's what you did. And the thing was, you didn't catch me by surprise because I know you were going to do it. Hey, Shelly, I knew you were going to do it. I knew that you didn't have enough self-control and discipline not to do that. I knew that because you had power and control, because that's what Pentecostal cults do. They're intoxicated by control over people. But one thing you don't have control over. You don't have control over the fucking fact that Cheryl has 4 children by Lacey Jones. And they are his legitimate children. And they were not born in adultery in a fucking fest, you Pentecostal whore. That's what you can't control. Absolutely no communication with my children the whole fucking time. And then you say, and the Pentecostal zealots say, all of them, every minister associated with the fuckery that you did is putting a bad light on you and that church. And guess what? But it's a long legacy of all the fucked up things that you guys have been doing the whole fucking time, validating my entire story from the fucking beginning. Oh, this is a place, God's house, where morals and ethics don't exist. We just do what the fuck we want. Because we love power and control. We're a whole bunch of fucking narcissists that really don't have no morals and ethics. Everything is about the show. Well, my children show up to the funeral, all except for one. He had a flat tire. Just in case y'all were worried about what Lacey Diamante was doing. He's on the side of the road. And thank God he didn't make it. Because of what my other 3 experienced and what they came back and told me. See, this is the thing. Cheryl's children with Lacey are legitimate. Your children are bastards and you're the fucking whore. I really believe that you have an illegitimate marriage. We'll see about that when I go to Social Security. We'll see. And if it's legitimate, if you've been lying, because you say he's been your man for 20 years. No, you was his whore for about 12. And then you married. But I think your crazy ass married him before that. Miss Crazy. Yeah, because everybody been talking about your ass being crazy forever. And then you got the religious zealots that over there and uphold that fuckery that happened the other day. No, I'm not going to give you the, I don't give a damn how bad you grieve. That's not my concern. You had one assignment, one, when it came to my children, was to just show respect. That's all you had to do, and put their names in there. Not only did you not put their names in there right, you had nothing to do with them the whole time. Somebody might say, well, sure, she didn't owe them anything. She's a motherfucking Christian. Don't tell me that I don't know what a Christian and who a Christian is supposed to be. You don't get to go to church every Sunday and stand in the position of a wife and a first lady, and you don't have the decency to have a conversation with his children and stand there and confess and profess that you are a woman of God and that you are first lady. You are fucking fraud. You mentally ill, nasty, stinking fucking whore. The fucking shame that I crown you with, and anybody else who tried to honor your funky ass. Tired of y'all immoral ass fucking people. Sick of it. A bunch of narcissists that don't have one fiber of decency in your fucking body, clothed in Christianity and the cloak of righteousness, but it ain't real. You can get his Social Security. You were married to him for 10 years. I know. Thank you, Walker. I labored with Lacey. Day after day, week after week, month after month, and year after year. And the only thing that I wanted for him was for him to change. That's it. Now, my children laid their father to rest. They went and said their goodbyes. They treated y'all nice. That's a reflection of their mother. They were raised right. But what y'all did to them over in that service, this is what I'm saying to the people about the church. The church, God. Y'all better hope God is what y'all say he is versus what I say. We'll all find out after a while. Because all them numbers that y'all get in when y'all around each other, and then y'all hit them organ keys and y'all feel some type of way, that's one thing. But when you get by yourself and it's time for you to loose the ghost, to let the ghost go on your own, when the choir ain't there, when the bishops ain't there, when the evangelists ain't there, when the ushers not there, when the armor bearers is gone, when you got to lay your body down and you got to go into the spirit world, there's a whole horse of another color. The church, that cult, is a terrible thing. People say, sure, you got church trauma. Listen, when you are dealing with people who have no morals, no empathy, no character, no fiber of goodness in their body, and a broken inner GPS, and they always, in the name of Jesus, in the name, make you want to throw up. You shunned my children at that funeral, and you have two bastards. Not my kids. And then the clergy surround you like you right, It was an opportunity for you to right your wrong, and you couldn't fucking do it. You still did wrong. But the narcissist can't change. Hence is why I teach on narcissism. That is why I talk about narcissism and ministry. What they did is an abomination. Low morals, low values, no ethics, no character, just cult. Just we're going to band together, Cheryl, and we're going to get you. We're going to do this to your children. We're going just like in the story of the 10 Commandments and Moses, when the Pharaoh stricken Moses, y'all remember? And he said, from every podium and every high place, I will stricken and take your name down. I will take your legacy from you. That's what the saints and the bishops and the junior bishops and the first lady, that's what they did. You had one thing to do, just one. Treat my children with respect because they hadn't done anything to you. You were mad at me for going down the road with my husband, fucking and sucking, an ordained minister, and then had 2 children out of wedlock. Then you bring your ass back here and then bury him in 10 years and then do a funeral and put my children's name in this obituary any kind of way, excommunicate them, refuse to deal with them because you say you were burying and you was organizing a funeral? Are you out your goddamn mind? But yes. Yes, you are. There are many hundreds, if not thousands of people in Raleigh that know this story as I tell it because they know the truth. My children know the truth. All 4. I did a live the other day on Facebook, and I talked about what I thought about Lacey and him going into the spirit world, him being perfect and new. He paid for what he did here in that body. That body is over there in the ground. All of his offenses, everything he's ever done is in the ground too. His spirit, the person that he came into the world as, that person is ascended. And I'm happy for him. I'm happy that he's out your fucking jail, you fucking witch. I want you to deal and live with every day of your life knowing that the only thing that you wanted from him was that dick. And then deal with your children as a single mother, like I did. Now you walk and talk like I did. You go through the trials and tribulations like I did. You got 2, I had 4. You walk that walk, bitch, and you walk it right. You didn't have no empathy for my children, and I don't have no empathy for you. Not one fucking stitch.
Are you okay?
Go over there. Mona, get them. Thank you for the stars. I didn't know y'all could send me stars. Y'all send some stars. I don't have any empathy for you. Somebody said, well, sure is a reflection of you, so let it be. So let it be. Yes, it's a reflection of me. What else did you think I was going to do when you slight my children? Did you think I didn't realize, or I wouldn't notice, or that I wouldn't understand what was going on? Did you think? Do you not know me at all? Your silence spoke louder than any fucking thing. It's not what you said, it's what you didn't say. It's not what you did, it's what you didn't do. Joseph ain't that much older than Joshua. He 26. He stood up there though. He pushed through and did what he had to do. And he honored his daddy and his mother. Lacey Jones' blood runs warm in 3 men that he had who are able to stand up, to walk, and to talk, and to work, and to do anything that they desire to do. But that baby that you got impregnated with when you went down the road with that preacher is severely retarded and in a wheelchair. You have to change his diaper. And you try to dishonor my children behind what you did. You did that. You made that decision. I have never in my fucking life, and you ain't find me caught dead horn with a preacher. You're the fucking whore. And you still a whore. You know why? Because of what you did to the children. That means that your heart is exactly the way that it used to be. Still. Plus you abused their fucking daddy. Yes, you did. I believe Lacey was sorry for what he did in the end. I really do. And you exploited the fact that he was ashamed. And he couldn't hardly lift his head up for what he did. And you sat around and you told him that his children did not love him because they told me that you said that. And I never told my social media, but I'm telling them tonight. You sat around and you told his children that they did not love him. But the other day when they was at that funeral, it was obvious that they did. You're a lying whore. And a mentally ill bitch. Now, I said I was going to walk you like a dog. And everybody know me not to lie like that. I'm a walking your ass. And I meant it. This is the thing about church. Let me tell y'all right now. You can sing all you like, and I can sing like the best of them. Trust me when I tell you. You can pray all you like, and I can pray like the best of them too. You can worship like how you like, and I can worship very beautifully. But let me tell you something. That broken internal GPS of low morals, no empathy, and no fucking ethics is never going to go anywhere. It is wrapped up in a Pentecostal facade, bitch. You'll be fucking and sucking soon enough. I don't even give you 1 year if you ain't already got a boyfriend. Now, I got to be quiet because the children here. I'm not in love with Lacey. I haven't been for a long, long time. But I used to love this person more than anything. He made sure that that love died. I'm happy for him though. I am. Because one of the worst things that you can do is to be in a relationship with a person who's just exploiting you. And you exploited him for his lower parts. Anyway, y'all, kisses and hugs. Y'all have a wonderful night. The grannies are back, so I gotta go. I think I'm gonna go back to YouTube. I'm gonna go back to YouTube, y'all. I'll see y'all the next time. Thank you for watching. Y'all share the video for me, please.